Now that we know that neurotransmitters carry messages across the synaptic gap from one sending neuron to the nearby receiving neuron, we need to understand how neurotransmitters affect the surface membrane of the receiving neuron. Charged particles called ions are present in your body fluids, including the fluid that surrounds your neurons. Ions travel back and forth across neuronal membranes, carrying electrical charge and altering the potential difference across the membrane. When neurotransmitter molecules attach to receptors, they affect the flow of ions across the membrane of the cell. How does alcohol in the fluid surrounding cells affect neurotransmitters? Alcohol molecules go from the bloodstream into the fluid around cells, including the fluid surrounding the neurons. Alcohol attaches to receptors for some neurotransmitters, including one known as gamma-aminobutyric acid, or GABA, which is found in many parts of the nervous system. When alcohol attaches to the GABA receptor, it allows more negative ions to go into receiving cells, thus increasing the quieting effects that GABA has on neurons. Neurotransmitters at the synapse attach to receptor molecules on the next neuron. If molecules of alcohol are present in the synapse, and if the receptor sites are responsive to the molecular shape of alcohol, the alcohol will affect the neural communication. Zooming back out to the level of the neuron, we can examine how it has been affected by these changes. Normally, receptors on the receiving neurons respond to incoming neurotransmitter messages from numerous nearby sending neurons. These messages can be excitatory and increase the likelihood that the neuron will fire or send the message, or inhibitory and decrease the likelihood of firing. When an excitatory message is sent, positive ions flow into the cell, and the receiving neuron is more likely to fire and send along the neurotransmitter message. When an inhibitory message is sent, negative ions flow in, and the message is less likely to be sent. As we've seen earlier, GABA is a neurotransmitter that allows more negative ions to flow in, thus creating an inhibitory or quieting effect. Like GABA, when alcohol attaches to the GABA receptors, it also increases the flow of negative ions going into the receiving neuron. With alcohol present and enhancing the effects of GABA, the neuron fires less often than it would normally. This increase in inhibitory messages in certain areas of the brain reduces anxiety and muscular tension.